our resource persons. And of course, we're with the representative of the 2nd District of Misamis Oriental, the Honorable Yevgeny Vicente Emano. And may I ask the Committee Secretary to acknowledge our resource persons attending today.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Chair. May I acknowledge the presence of the following resource persons? Of course, we have the representative of the 2nd District of Misamis Oriental, Representative Bambi Emano. Good morning, sir. He is here together with Attorney Jeffrey Caudor Saclot, his legislative consultant, Ms. Jonafe Tapulgo Rodas, and Mr. Andro Emano. From the government agencies, we have from the Department of Tourism, we have Mr. Deshus S. Medalla, Assistant Regional Director of the DOT. We have Attorney Glyza Sarmiento from the Legislative Liaison Unit and Ms. Jeneline Paula Busalpa. From the Department of Public Works and Highways, we have Engineer Juan Carlo Papa of the DPWH Planning Service. From the Department of Budget and Management, we have Mr. Reynaldo Moreno, Acting Supervising Budget Management Specialist, and Ms. Yvette Maclang. From the Tourism Infrastructure and Enterprise Zone Authority, or TIEZA, representing Mr. Mark Lapid is Engineer Noel Yambao, Division Manager of the Project Management Division of TIEZA, and with him is Attorney Janeth Lagura. That would be all, Mr. Chair.
For today's hearing, the committee will discuss the following bills. House Bill number 8063, an act declaring the province of Misamis Oriental a tourism development area by Representatives Emano, Suan, and Unabia. And House Bill number 8940, an act declaring the municipality of Columbio, province of Sultan Kudarat, a tourism development area by Representative Sakaluran. Please allow me to make specific House rules to ensure the orderly and efficient conduct of this hearing. Can the Committee Secretary inform today's attendees of our House rules?
Kindly mute your microphone if you're not recognized. And since the chair cannot see everyone all at once, please raise your hand first. Then once acknowledged, kindly specify your name and the office or organization you are from. Thank you.
Yes. To start a discussion, I would first like to manifest a few sentiments on the bills we're discussing today. Misamis Oriental and Columbio, Sultan Kudarat truly possess landscapes rich in cultural heritage and tourism sites, as we have, as of this moment, more than 10 pending bills from both the House and Senate seeking to declare specific sites in the two aforementioned spots as ecotourism sites, ecotourism destinations, cultural heritage, tourism zones, among others. This manifests how Misamis Oriental and Columbio, Sultan Kudarat are abundantly endowed with the potential to rank among the nation's top tourist attractions. Given their natural resources, we hope to see Misamis Oriental and Columbio, Sultan Kudarat among the likes of Boracay, Palawan, Siargao. Katulad po ng mga globally known tourism sites na ito, sapat na suporta lamang po ang kailangan ng ating mga probinsya upang maging isang successful tourism hub ito. In today's hearing, we will look into the potential ways to make this possible. Before moving forward, I would like to thank my esteemed colleagues and friend for joining us today. I acknowledge the presence of Representative Bambi Emano, author of House Bill number 8063, and also the team of Representative Princess Rihan Sakaluran, author of House Bill number 8940, who are here with us this morning. We respectfully open the floor to your opening statements, starting with Representative Bambi Emano. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and maayong buntag. Of course, thank you, Comsec Nadine, Engineer Yambao. Are you related to former Congressman Boyet Yambao? Sa apelyido. But sana, he's a very good friend of ours, with the senator, and ARD Yoyong, and Attorney Glyza, and all other partners from the national government, and of course, the very good friend who had helped us in the province of Misamis Oriental and had always been like a big brother to the province of Misamis Oriental, our good senator, Senator Mark. Not only him, but actually the entire Villar family. House Bill 8063 is actually authored by three congressmen, and we call ourselves the Youth. Youth is Congressman Unabia, Congressman Suan, and yours truly. And for so long a time, we really wish that one day people will come to Mindanao, because people are afraid to come to Mindanao because they think that we are always at war. Sometimes I even beg and plead to our friends in the media that if there are challenges in the most southern tip of Mindanao, maybe the following headline the papers would read that there are challenges in the southern part, but not in the whole entire islands of Mindanao. And for so long a time, we fought and tried to make Mindanao conducive to tourism. And in fact, now is very timely because very recently, the President awarded Lagindingan Airport conversion from domestic into an international airport. And it will take, as I've discussed it with Aboitiz, it will take them 3 years to upgrade the said airport. And I was able to discuss it also to the contractors, the Aboitiz family, and they told us that we have to be ready for the development so that it would be easier to get flights or to get tourists to come to the islands of Mindanao. The islands of Mindanao and the entry and gateway point of Mindanao, because we are from the islands of Mindanao and we are the entry point of Mindanao. So I was hoping that the committee will be able to consider, and as I have learned also earlier, that it would also be a challenge. We recognize, of course, Senator Cynthia Villar.
Yes, we'd like to recognize Senator Cynthia Villar, and her presence would constitute a quorum. Thank you.
Thank you. And to continue, and I understand that it would be a challenge to declare the whole province, because if it was if there would be development and to declare the whole province as a tourist destination, or a tourist development area, will also put limitations to all other developments. So I was hoping that with the opening statement, together with the plea to Senator Mark, that we also amend that it will not be anymore the whole area, but identified areas. For example, yeah, areas like the welcome arc of our entry point, Lugait, Mount Sinai in Mantikau, Bulyok Falls, Spring in Lubilan, the Initaw landscape and seascape area where you are able to see Tarsier, Initaw Municipal Hall, wonderful Municipal Hall, and Lagindingan Airport, of course, and Tuburan Spring in El Salvador City, where we usually hold pageants. Upol Beach, the wonderful beach of Upol, the government center of Taguluan, the Sagpulon Falls in Hasan Misamis Oriental, and the Flight 387 Shrine, Bajangon Spring in Hingoog City, Sipaka Heights, where we usually do paragliding, and the welcome arc of Magsaysay entry point from Caraga region. I hope and so move, Mr. Chair, that we amend and we already agree, subject to style of the Committee on Tourism in the House, in the Senate, Mr. Chair. So move, Mr. Chair.
Yes, so there's a motion. Are there any objections? There being none, the motion is approved, and the Secretary is directed to make the necessary amendments to the eventual committee report.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank you.
Congressman Emano. So So at this point, may we request our resource persons for if they have any presentations or statements, they can briefly make their statement or make their presentation. So at this point, is there any of our resource persons who would like to make a statement or present something? If none, may you please submit your position papers to this committee so that we can use it. I was also informed that the representatives from Sultan Kudarat are running late. So with that, the committee will just receive their comments as well as their presentation.
Mr. Chair, if you would, does the silence of the other officers present, does it mean that you agree or disagree? And if would be possible, if we could get, especially those who are adverse, Mr. Chair, so that I will also be able to justify. We have a couple of days left for the 19th, for the session before we break for the coming elections. Adverse.
Do we? I think. Do we have any kind of perhaps comments adverse? If this would be a very good forum to communicate if you should have any reservations regarding the bill. So the floor is open if there are any reservations about this bill.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, please, ma'am.
Uh,
Yes, please proceed.
our resource persons committed to submitting a comprehensive comments on both bills. So we'll just they just requested us for more time, but they will indeed submit to the secretariat their
Well,
comments.
if we will in any regard, we can have a technical working group. If there be any reservation, should there be any adverse comments, we can set a meeting with Represent Bambi where you will be you can debate or you will be berated by joke. No, hindi naman joke. Yeah, no, that's that's just a joke. But you can have you can have a conversation with Representative Emano to address any concerns that you may have with the bill. So that once we create the committee report, at least as much as possible, we try to incorporate all the comments of our resource person, so we can have a legislation that is very responsive and very much an advanced stage of I guess of the process.
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Chair, if I could plead on bended knees, if there will be comments that will be made, position papers that hopefully it will be submitted by Friday. We can do something about it over the weekend, and hopefully we'll be able to return it to the to Senate, and hopefully we'll be able to. On bended knees, we will again pray that it will be tackled in the Senate next week, so that we'll have the bill again. And let me reiterate, in 3 years, God willing, Lagindingan will become an international airport. It will be upgraded. We need to have a bill, a law where we're able to prepare for tourists coming to Lagindingan and the islands of Mindanao. So, but it would be better if there are no adverse findings and comments. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Yes, and I support the statement of Congressman Emano. Like he said, we are under time constraints, so please expedite the processing of your comments so that we can discuss it at the soonest possible time. It's a very important bill. I think that we need to pass it at the soonest because of the tourism potential of Misamis Oriental and the positive effects it will have on those who live in the province. So may we request that the Secretary to please follow up these position papers so that we can push this legislation forward at the soonest possible time. Thank you. At this point, since no one, we will just collect your comments regarding this legislation. Hearing no further questions and comments, I would like to thank our distinguished colleagues, honored guests, and resource persons for their presence and invaluable inputs in our deliberation. I am looking forward to more discussions with everyone as we move forward on this measure. Bilang isang tourism advocate, ako po ay nakasuporta sa bills na ito. I share your goal of developing Misamis Oriental and Columbio, Sultan Kudarat as cultural and tourism hotspots, as this is integral to our economic development. With the approval of my colleagues and in consideration of the time allotted for this hearing, I would like to adjourn our hearing and refer this measure to a technical working group. If you have additional comments on any of the sections or provisions of the legislative proposals, please email me, please email this committee, and we will gladly welcome and review them. Also, if you have not yet submitted your position papers, kindly submit them as soon as possible time, especially keeping in mind the request, the earnest request of Congressman Emano to please submit it at the soonest possible time. So with that, thank you very much, and I adjourn this committee hearing. Thank you very much.